Welcome to Enter MMC. Welcome to the channel. I am MMC. This is going to be a tutorial on braids. We are calling these the exotic Gemini braids, okay? They resemble a Gemini sign in my opinion, and that's why I call them Gemini braids, okay? So this is a Gemini. You will hear me say this throughout the video numerous times. These are Geminis, okay? This right here is a Gemini. It looks similar to a Gemini sign. I am a Gemini. I named them Gemini braids, okay? So this tutorial will be very in-depth. There will be 3 different parts, okay? The visual learners will be in the beginning. The zoom in example will be in the middle, and those who like written directions, a step-by-step guide, who like to read across the screen, that part will be near the end. If you want, you can watch the entire video. If not, you can just pick which ones you want to watch. And we're going to get straight to it, all right? Let me give you a close-up of what they look like the end results, okay? If you have any questions, any comments, put them in the comments. All right, if the video resonates with you, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the page. I do have more braiding techniques for you guys if you guys want that. Right now, we're going to release the video for the Gemini braids. Yeah. This will be a tutorial, a very in-depth tutorial on how to do the exotic Gemini braids. This will be the final result right here. This is an example, okay? What you see right there is what we call a Gemini. It's similar to a Gemini sign. You can bedazzle it, put accessories with it. You can have 3 Geminis on one braid. You can have 2 Geminis on one braid. It's up to you, and it depends on the length of the braid. But this is what the final result will look like. However, this is what we have right now for the tutorial. This is how you will achieve the Gemini braids. You will use a roller. We will begin with a section of hair. The hair should be sectioned off or parted, or however you want to part your hair. It's up to you. You can do the typical box parts, or I'm going to do a slant diagonal kind of part for my hair. If you stay to the very end, there will be different types of tutorials. There will be a zoom in example, a written example, but for right now, this is for the visual learners, those who can just catch on real easily. This is what I'm using to mold my hair. But you can use your own braiding gel. I like to put my braiding gel through the ends of my hair. I comb through and I brush my hair, just to make sure that I have as much product in my hair as possible, because I want it to be sleek, and this product helps to sleek and straighten out my hair from the roots to the tips of the hair. This is me molding my hair. I like to mold it a little bit. And then I'm going to begin the braid. And for the most part, if you see me out of focus or out of the camera, it's probably because I'm either adding hair or I'm dipping my hand into the molding pomade. So that's probably the main reason why you'll see me out of camera or out of focus. As you can see, my actual hair, you can still see it. I'm going to take some pomade, some molding gel, and I'm going to try and blend my hair in as much as possible. To achieve this look, I braid past my natural hair. That's the best way to do it. You're going to braid past your natural hair or your client's natural hair. As you can see, my natural hair is blended in pretty well. I'm going to stop here. And now I am going to take the 3 strands. We have 1, 2, 3, the right and the left. I'm going to take the middle strand, only the middle strand, and I'm going to part that in half. I'm going to put the hair to the left and to the right. So now I have 2 strands, and I'm keeping that tight. Everything should be tight and neat. Yeah. I'm going to clip this off. You can use any kind of clip you want, but you need to clip it off. And try to make the clip stand upright or facing north because you don't want it to be in your way as you're braiding. Now, with the piece that's out, you're going to split that in 3 because you're going to braid that down. You can braid it down for like maybe 2 to 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches. It's up to you. I like that. And it should be flat. It should be tight and flat. And it should be coming right out of that section. If it's not tight, if it's not flat, just do it over. You're going to clip that off. Once you clip that off, you can move on to the other section of hair. The hair is basically already parting itself. It's very easy to part. It's like it's already parting itself, you know. So you're going to take that, split it into 3. And you're going to braid that. Very tight, very neat. You shouldn't have any snags, any flyaway hairs at this point. And you can use your braiding gel to ensure you don't have any flyaways. You want it as neat as possible because you're going to take these 2 parts and you're going to wrap it around the roller. It should begin to resemble like a wishbone. A wishbone. That's what it should resemble. Yeah. And everything should be flat and tight and clipped off. You see my real hair? I stopped past my real hair. Everything is clipped off. Yeah. You're going to use a roller. The roller, you can use the Velcro kind or the smooth surface kind. It's up to you. This is just what I had. And there should be a line on the Velcro kind. You're going to use that line to guide you. Make sure the braid is flat and it's facing this natural, I guess, braid pattern. if you know what I mean. Like, you don't want the braid to be twisted as you put the roller in. You want the braid to be straight. So, and the braid on both sides should be flat. Nothing should be twisted. Nothing should be sideways. Nothing. Everything should be flat and straight and tight. You're going to use your finger and make sure that you're holding at the base of the roller. Always keep your finger at the base of the roller like that. You don't have to grip it so hard, but you need to grip it because you're going to remove the clips and then you're going to undo the braids with one hand. So you need to hold the roller in place at the base. Now, when you begin this braid, the roller might go to the left or the right. You don't want that. You want it to be equal on both sides, okay? You want the braid to be equal on both sides, so the roller needs to be sitting in the middle. Once you have achieved that, you're going to take the hair at the end of that braid and you're going to join the hair back into one single braid. You're going to join the hair back into one single braid, and it should be tight. If you need to use a metal clip, you can, to keep the roller in place to make sure that it's tight. You see? That's how it should look. Because we're going to start on the second Gemini. What you see here is the first Gemini. You can add hair to this part of the braid if you want, because we're going to move on to the second Gemini. As mentioned, you can have 2 to 3 Geminis in one braid if you want to. It depends on the length of the braid. Okay, we are ready to move on to the second Gemini. As mentioned, the 3 strands will become 2. You're going to split the middle strand in half, and you're going to make 2 strands like we did previously. Tight. You're going to clip it off. The clip should be facing towards the north or upwards. Now we're going to create 3 strands for this because we're going to braid this down. The braid is tight. You see that? Nothing is loose, it's all tight. Clipping that off. And then we're going to create 3 strands on this. Tear out any snags. Because you want the braid to be flat. No knots, no snags. Everything should be flat and tight. Okay, we're going to find that line on the roller. We're going to sit that braid on top of the roller. It should still resemble a wishbone at this point. You see, everything is tight. And we're going to make sure that it's laying flat You see how it's twisted like that? That's a no. You need to lay it flat, flat, flat. Yeah. And it should be equal on both sides. You're going to remove the clips. Unbraid the two braids because we're going to what? We are going to join them again into one braid. Rejoining. Yes, like that. That's the first Gemini. It's clipped off, as you can see. This is leading into the second Gemini. Okay, that is the second Gemini. We only did 2 Geminis in this braid. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to clip this off. Yeah, I clipped the second Gemini off. Everything will be zoomed in, so it's a little bit more detailed, okay? After the zoom in example, there will be a step-by-step written example. So for those who need like a written example, where you see words instead of hearing words, you see the words, you see the step-by-step directions, that will be coming soon in a few minutes. Stay tuned for that. Here we go. Okay, so basically this is the end result. Okay, this is how the braids will look at the end, but we're not there just yet. Not there just yet. We still have to do the step-by-step written example, but I just wanted to remind everybody that this is basically how it will look for those who want to see it. We still have to do this side. We will be dipping that side in hot water. I'm going to clip off my rollers as I prep the water, okay? So just clip the rollers off, clip the hair off as you prep and walk around because you don't want the rollers to fall out. So stay tuned for the final results. Here is a step-by-step guide to the Gemini braids. Step 1. Section off hair for desired thickness. Step 2. Add braiding gel, comb through and mold your hair. You can use whatever kind of braiding gel or mold you like on your client's hair or on your own hair. Step 3. Begin braiding your hair. Step 4. Begin adding braiding hair. If you want your braid to be thicker, add thicker pieces of hair to the braid. This section of the hair, we will call this section the base of the braid. This is the base, and you can braid this part of the braid however long you want. I would suggest 4 to 6 inches, but it should be depending on your client's hair or your own hair. Step 5. Braid until you pass client's natural hair length. Depending on your client's hair or your own hair, the beginning of the braid should pass the hair, your natural hair length. Step 6. With the 3 sections of hair, split the middle strand of hair into half to create 2 sections of hair. As you can see, the middle part of the braid, the middle strand has been separated into 2. You won't take from the left or the right strand, only the middle strand, separated into 2. Step 7. Section off the 2 parts with clips to keep braid neat and tight. As shown, you can see 2 sections of hair now. No longer 3, it's now 2. Step 8. Remove right clip to braid this section of hair to 3 to 4 inches. If you want to add hair to this section to make that braid thicker, you can. Step 9. Remove left clip to braid down this section of hair to 3 to 4 inches. You will now have 2 new braids. Step 10. Both sections should be clipped at ends as shown. Step 11. Use a hair roller 2 to 3 inches wide to separate the two sections of braids. Step 12. Join the two sections of braids close to bottom of roller. You will rejoin them soon. As you can see, the braids on both sides of the roller lays flat. Step 13. Remove clips from the two braids. Undo braids, stopping at your finger placement near base of the roller. Step 14. Rejoin the hair. Braid down the two sections of hair into one braid. Step 15. Examine the first Gemini. If satisfied, move on to the second part of the Gemini braid. Step 16. Repeat steps 3 to 15. Depending on braid length, have at least 2 Geminis per braid. Okay, once the hair has been dipped, after the hair has been dipped, you're going to dry it off with a towel, of course, or you can use a blow dryer. You should let the hair air dry or use a blow dryer before you take out the rollers. The rollers should be in the entire time. These are clipped off. If you want to take the clips out as you use hot air on the braids, you can. But I kept them in because I know that the rollers can fall out and then the Gemini will lose its shape. But if you don't want to use the clips, you can take the clips out. It's up to you. But I know from experience that the clip should be in at all times. I know from experience. So that's just me. I'm going to remove the rollers. And you won't see it on camera, I don't think, but I trim any flyaways. With scissors because those are Velcro rollers, and sometimes they like pull flyaways from the braids, and I like all my braids neat with no flyaways. So, okay. Well, you do see me trimming. Okay, well, I'm going to trim all the flyaways. It's up to you if you want to do that. That's just me. I kind of want it to be perfect. So as you can see, some of the braids have 3 Geminis and then some have 2. So that's a 3 Gemini braid. That's how it will look. As you can see, the shape is still there. You can kind of see it, but basically the shape is still there without the rollers. And that's how it should look as it comes out from the hot water. Yeah, there you go. Like a prominent shape. The shape should resemble a Gemini sign, okay? So that's why I call them exotic Gemini braids. That's like a Gemini sign. I am a Gemini, and that's like a Gemini sign, in my opinion. Yeah, that's so cute. That's so cute. Like, please stop playing. Yeah, that's a 2 Gemini braid. The one before was a 3 Gemini braid. So you can mix it up. The Geminis don't have to all be at the same length or size. If you have like a bigger roller or a smaller roller, you can mix it up and play around with the Geminis. But for the most part, this is how you achieve the Gemini braid. Yeah, that's different. That's cute. That's pretty. Yeah, that's how it should look. And again, you can accessorize it the way I did, or you can I think they have like this like gold or silver string at the beauty supply store. You can use that to wrap around the braid or to accentuate the Gemini and bring out the Gemini sign. It's up to you, you know, however you want to do it. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to accessorize. Oh no, I'm doing my baby hair now. Okay, so I'm going to be doing my baby hair just to finish the look. If you want to stay tuned for that, you definitely can. Once I do the baby hairs, I'm pretty sure I'm going to accessorize the other side that we did together. I'm going to accessorize that side. So stay tuned for that, and then basically the video will be done, and then you'll be on your own doing your own exotic Gemini braids. Or if you are a braider, you can definitely begin doing this on your clients. It's up to you how much you want to charge if you're going to be doing this on clients. I would charge $300 because it does take some time. It takes about 6 to 8 hours, depending on how many Geminis you put in the braid. So if the client says, oh, I want 4 Gemini, I don't know if she would know that, but if she says, I want 4 Gemini braids in one braid, that's time consuming. So the more Geminis you have in the braid, I would suggest the higher you charge. If you're just doing it on your own, like a DIY kind of girly, then I think it would take it might take 8 hours. It depends on how well you braid, how fast you braid. But the Gemini, how many Geminis you put in the braid, that's really what is time consuming. So at the end, it's worth it. It looks really good. It looks really cool. Like midway through, I had to get more braiding hair, and I went to the beauty supply store, and I was already getting compliments. Mind you, I was walking around with Bantu knots in my hair and half of my hair done, but I was already getting compliments. So, I mean, anytime I do this on other people, they tell me they get compliments. So to me, it's a well worth it kind of hairstyle. It does take a little while, but you know, that's how beauty works. You got to put in some effort to get the end results. It's phenomenal. It's bomb. It looks very cute, very detailed, intricate. I've never seen this done on anyone else. Again, I am the creator of the exotic Gemini braids, and that's just that. You're more than welcome to do your own thing and experiment. But for the most part, yeah, this is me. This is my design. I hope everyone enjoys it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like the video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. We're going to move on to accessorizing the hair. I'm a gold accessories kind of girly. At the beauty supply store, they have different color accessories, and I forgot what the name of these are called, but they do have silver and they have different colors. Again, you can use the string. It's like a string where you tie around the hair, and then they have other kinds. This is what I'm using, and I like to put them on the Gemini directly, just so you can know, like, oh yeah, that's different, you know. It kind of like brings out the Gemini even more. So that's how I'm doing mine. Okay, so the Gemini braids are done. These are the exotic Gemini braids. This is how they will come out looking. It's so cute. I mean, honestly, it's more than cute, actually. It's actually beautiful AF. Yeah. Okay, if you finished watching the video and you already started on your hair, congrats. This is the end of the video. I hope everyone learned a few tips, learned a few tricks. See me in the next video. All right, again, if the video resonates with you, subscribe to the page, like the video, share the videos with other DIY girlies or other braiders. We got Houston braiders, Atlanta braiders, LA braiders, North Carolina, all the braiders. If you know some braiders and you like this new braiding technique, braiding style, the exotic Gemini braids, be sure to share the video. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next one. Bye.